Your reign of terror is over, kaiju spelunker, or kaiju character from Spelunker, who probably has a canonical name, that I don't know of. But your reign of terror is over, kaiju character from Spelunker. You will no longer terrorize this Trapper Keeper. Oh no! It's Lego Ghost Rider with comedically tiny head. Ah! I'm extra fancy today. My microphone is this thing. It's kind of crappy. That's pretty cool, though. All right. What am I playing? First up, Baldur's Gate, still. I'm having a blast. I recently got into the Underdark. I'm still in Act 1. I am somebody that when you give me a quality open world RPG such as this, and I get into it, and I have the right confluence of interest and availability to play a large open world RPG like this. But I have a tendency when you give me something like this to just kind of explore and go off the beaten path and kind of ignore the main quest for a very long time. And that's certainly what I've been doing with Baldur's Gate 3. Because I've been playing it, 3 weeks now? And I haven't gotten past Act 1. I'm still in Act 1. But that's okay. It just means that I have a lot of game to play. There's a lot of game ahead of me. I'm getting a little bit worried, though, because I don't want Baldur's Gate 3 to get in the way of my Spooktober games, because I have this tradition of playing scary games around the October timeframe. And I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 is going to bleed into that. But that's okay. It's a great game. And I mean, hey, it's got some spooky stuff in it. There's undead, supposedly, probably. I think I've encountered undead, but I don't recall. Anyway, I'm down in the Underdark. Last night, I just got through this arcane tower thing that's down in the Underdark. Was a lot of fun. I really love going into these games completely blind and having to figure it all out. And that arcane tower was kind of a tricky thing to figure out, because I didn't pick up on the fact that the turrets in it are weak to lightning. So I just slept them all and kept re-sleeping them while I figured out where I needed to go. So it was a little bit funny. But no, I'm enjoying Baldur's Gate 3. It is so fun. I don't really have anything else to say about it. In addition to Baldur's Gate 3, of course, I'm still playing Sonic Origins Plus. There's little stars next to the plus. For a second, I thought it was plus plus. It's like C++. But yeah, I'm still playing Sonic Origins Plus. I actually devoted a little bit more time to it this last weekend, and so I've actually finished, finally, the first game. That last area was kind of a bitch. I'm not going to lie. I have a feeling that it's a lot of my difficulty is due to inherent latencies with the PlayStation 5 controller. But regardless, I pushed through, and I'm like I said before, I'm actually playing it in the I think they call it adventure mode, where you can play all of the mainline Sonic games sequentially. I was expecting to start Sonic 2 after finishing Sonic 1, but it dumped me into Sonic CD, which I'd kind of forgotten that canonically Sonic CD took place between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. It's kind of a little piece of information that nobody really cares about, you know? Nobody cares where Sonic CD fits in because it's kind of a weird title. But no, I'm enjoying it. It's funny though, I've replayed Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 many times, but Sonic CD and Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, I haven't really replayed them very much. I think I've replayed Sonic CD maybe 3 or 4 times, and that's it. So, and none of that has been recent. So going into Sonic CD, I am really, I don't want to say struggling, but I am not remembering what I need to do. In Sonic CD, there's this concept of you have time travel. And so you have a past version of every level and then a future version of every level, except for the third act. And the idea is you need to go into the past to destroy something, to change the future. And if you go into the past, you find the thing you have to destroy, and you destroy it, then you go into the future on that same level, you will find that it is now more cheerful, it's less oppressive, it's better. And I have, in the past gone through and played Sonic CD and gotten all of, I've spent time and gotten all of the things in the past you have to destroy. But it's probably been like 20 years since I've done that. And so I absolutely don't remember where everything is. And so my Sonic CD playthrough this time is probably going to not have a good ending or not have the good ending. It's going to have the standard ending. Because like I said, I don't know where they are. And, it's kind of exasperated by the fact that the Sonic CD levels are very maze-like. It's, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, they all have these great flowing levels. Whereas Sonic CD, the levels are very maze-like. They're very labyrinthine, and it's very easy to not necessarily get lost, but not know how to get to something that you can see. Like you'll be walking by and you'll see, oh, hey, here's this device in the past. I'm in the present, and I need to go into the past and defeat it. And here's the device. But then, trying to find the little signpost that allow you to travel into the past can be kind of a tricky thing because it's a maze. And then once you get into the past, trying to get back to that point is even harder because now the level has changed and you can't, it kind of really fucks with your brain because you have to try to figure out where things are in relation to each other. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I'm still really loving it. This is another game that I'm worried might cut into my Spooktober games, but maybe not. I think if I really push through it, I can get through all. Damn, that's like 5 games. Because when I originally counted these in my head, I had Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic Knuckles. I hadn't included Sonic CD, but they did. So that's like 5 games I got to get through. I'll do my best. We'll see how it goes. All right. So what's the next game? The next game that I am playing... Get a stylus. The next game that I'm playing... Whisker Squadron on Steam. I mentioned this last week. It's a roguelike Star Fox style game where you are going down these corridors and you're shooting enemies. And it's roguelite, so it's kind of randomized each run. It has all these different characters in it. I really love it. It is so much fun. And it plays phenomenally on the Steam Deck. So I will take my Steam Deck and I will, go upstairs or go out onto the porch, onto my hammock, and I will just sit there and I will play Whisker Squadron Survivor on my Steam Deck constantly. It has become kind of my go-to game these days Well, these days, within the last 2 weeks, for on-the-go Steam Deck playing. I love it. It's a lot of fun, and I do recommend it. It's still in early access, so give it some time if you're not wanting to dive in and play something in early access. But if you're willing to give it a shot, I recommend it. It's pretty damn fun. The next one that I've been playing, Time Wasters. I've talked about Time Wasters before. It's a little Vampire Survivors clone with kind of a space aesthetic to it. I think it's an early access, but they are, regardless of whether or not it's an early access, they are constantly pushing out new updates. And the reason that I went back to it this last week was because they pushed out a new update, giving us a new, I think they call them elite missions, but don't quote me on that. I might be remembering wrong. But they gave us a new elite mission for one of the characters, and it's like a tower defense where the planets that are normally in the game that give you different benefits are kind of arranged along a path, and then enemies spawn on the left off the screen and follow the path to the base that you're defending. And so it's not exactly tower defense, because obviously you're not, laying down little things to trap them. You are the one who's going out and shooting them and destroying them. But, it's definitely tower defense inspired, and it's fun. I really do love Time Wasters. It is shaped up to one of my favorite Vampire Survivors clones out there. It's great. I love it. All right, last game. And this last game is something that I don't think is openly available for everybody. It's Mandragora, specifically Mandragora demo. So what is Mandragora? Well, it's a project that I backed on Kickstarter. I don't remember how long ago it was. And it's kind of a side-scrolling Souls-like with some Metroidvania exploration to it, which, if you know me, those are all the little checkboxes that I love for video games. Anyway, they recently released their, I think it's the Kickstarter backer demo.
I need a key.
So, like I said, I kickstarted this. I backed it on Kickstarter. This is the Kickstarter demo that I played. I played it through from beginning to end. It's a great little vertical slice showing what the game is shaping into. It's missing cutscenes, obviously, and it's missing a lot of the story. But what is there is really incredible. It is so polished, so good. I legitimately was shocked at how polished this demo is. I have really high hopes for the final product. I don't really know much about the story. You're some sort of Inquisitor type character hunting witches, and that's pretty much it. And the little demo has a single boss, which is like this big wolf that you have to fight. And then it has you kind of going through the countryside and going into the ruins of a village that has been destroyed. You go into sewers. You go into caves. It's a blast. It's really well done. If I had any complaints or any nitpicks about it, I feel like the dodge roll moves you too far. These type of games, there's that you frequently will dodge into enemies' attacks and then go behind them and then turn around and hit them from behind. The problem with its dodge roll is it kind of puts you too far behind them, so you have to turn around and then walk a little ways before you can attack. But that little nitpick aside, it's incredible, and I really am anxious to see this thing completed. And if you're at all interested, I think you can wishlist it on Steam right now. I could be wrong, but I think you can. At the very least, you can go check out some trailers on YouTube, because I know when they dropped the demo, they dropped some trailers, and the trailers were pretty cool. This is, I don't know what the hell this thing is. It's a robot from the 80s that I got when I was a kid. Doesn't have a year on it, so I have no idea. You like turn it on and it rolls, and if it hits something, it like turns. It's silly. I was really into robots back in the 80s when I was a little kid. I had an Omnibot. That was fun. So this is just sitting on my shelf. It's a little dirty. It's got this compartment on the top. There's nothing in there. Why is there a compartment? Why can't I open it up? You can like put a quarter in there. Anyway, that's it. See ya. Stupid arm doesn't stay on. Stupid arm. Stay on. Come on. Go back together. Stay on, gun. Ah!